If you are a dental practice owner, it can feel like everyone has their hand inside your pocket. Federal taxes, state taxes, payroll taxes, sales and use tax, personal property tax. Most people are not even aware of some of these taxes. And most dentists don't actually realize how many different types of taxes they are paying, or why their total tax bill feels so high. Today, I want to break down the main types of taxes dental practice owners pay, what they apply to, and why understanding them matters. Quick context before we dive in. I am a dental CPA, and I work with dental practices providing bookkeeping and tax services. On this channel, we share real, numbers-based insight to help dentists increase profits and decrease taxes. Let's talk about all these different taxes. Number one, federal income tax. The first and the most obvious tax is federal income tax. Everyone knows about this one. This applies to profits of the practice, the compensation of the owner, and most dental practices are pass-through entities, so all of that income is reported on the owner dentist's tax return. Depending on the structure of the dental practice, you might be taxed as a sole proprietor, as the owner of an S Corp. Income is typically taxed at individual tax rates, not corporate tax rates. This is often the largest single tax dental practice owners pay. Number two, state income tax. Next is the taxes you pay to your states. This varies widely depending on where you practice dentistry. This varies widely depending on the state you reside in. Some states, like Texas, have no state income tax. Others can add several percentage points to your effective tax rates. For multi-state owners, this can become more complex. Tax type number three, self-employment tax or payroll taxes for owners. This one catches many new dentists or dental practice owners off guard. If you are not structured properly, you may be paying self-employment tax on a large portion of your income. Self-employment tax covers Social Security and Medicare. Even in an S Corp setting, owners still pay payroll taxes on the salary they get from the S Corp. This is a separate tax layer from income tax. Tax number four, payroll taxes for employees. Dental practices also pay payroll taxes for staff compensation. This includes employers' portion of Social Security, federal unemployment taxes, state unemployment taxes. This doesn't show up as income tax, but it is a real cash cost of employing a team. Next is sales and use tax. Sales tax is often misunderstood in dentistry. Most dental services are not subject to sales tax. However, sales tax may apply to certain products sold in the dental practice. Sales tax also applies to anything most dental practices purchase, like equipment, dental supplies, office supplies. This is typically paid at the practice level. Let me also explain what is use tax. However, if you purchase something online and you do not pay sales tax on that item, most states require you to file a use tax with the state and pay the sales tax on the purchase to that specific state. That is called use tax. It's essentially sales tax that was not collected when you purchased the items. Next type of taxes paid is the property taxes. If you own your building, or even if you rent, you pay taxes on major equipment. You may also pay property taxes or personal property taxes. These are often assessed annually and can change as assets are added or removed. And the last but not the least, other taxes. Depending on the practice, owners may also pay franchise tax and gross receipts tax. This changes from state to state. Texas has a franchise tax that practice owners might have to pay. The reason taxes feel overwhelming isn't because it's just one big tax. It is because multiple layers stacked together. Income tax plus payroll tax plus state tax and other taxes can create a much higher effective rate than expected. Understanding each layer helps owners interpret their total tax bill, plan cash flow more accurately, and ask better questions of their tax advisor. So here is the takeaway. Dental practice owners do not pay only one tax. They pay many different types of taxes. And knowing what you're paying is the first step towards managing them better. If you want more real-world insight into dental practice finances and taxes, subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you in the next video.